It's just some things you can't do no more, and some places you can't go no more. Some things you say you can't say anymore.
On Bourbon Street or not, but
Corinthian said this is oil. It's probably big. What is bigger than oil? This thing is diamonds. Like, it's like so massive.
Not gonna do this with y'all. Y'all not gonna. This is cyberbullying, right? What's up, bro?
hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Man, I can't complain, man. I can't call it, man. I'm just happy to be alive.
Man, look, man, we back at it again.
Hey, back at it again. Welcome to Kicking It with the Kellys. It's
Yes,
Thursday night, and we are back by popular demand.
we can say that. We can
You
say
can
that.
say
We're
that.
in our second. We're in our second season. We can
It's
say
season 2, baby, and I'm happy about that, man. Correct, because this was literally a thought in our mind. Like we kind of been rehearsing this for a long time, just having a platform and just to get on and share our minds and invite people into our conversation. So I'm happy about that, man.
yeah. I mean, the origin story is crazy. I mean, it's been years in the making, years of life experiences and growing up
Yes.
together in the making. But how we launched was literally my brother Arthur called me on a Saturday
Yeah.
while I was asleep. Saturday is my rest day. So I was trying to rest. And
Wait, you talking about you rest like the Lord did?
Yes, on
On the
his day
Sabbath.
from his labors. You rest from your labors.
Oh man.
And Arthur woke me up and said, "Hey man, let's go live today." And he said, "Get ready."
Yeah. I did TD Jakes. Get ready.
Yeah, man. And, 15 minutes later, we was on and been going ever since.
Yeah, that's crazy because I think I had to speak at an event through Zoom. It was everything was during the pandemic,
Yeah,
and after that, I didn't want to change my clothes. I said, man, come on, let's just hop on, man. Let's
yeah.
go on live. So
But see, y'all noticed that Arthur said he was already dressed, right? Like I said, I was laying down in the
you were
bed
laying down in the bed.
on my rest day.
You was in
So
a comatose state, REM sleep.
REM sleep, REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. Yeah.
Corinthian, listen, for all the people, it's been a lot that has transpired over this course of the year. Obviously, you finished your master's degree. You got a house. You got married.
Man, a lot has happened.
A
Yes,
lot has
sir.
happened. But also, Corinthian, I experienced my first ever
Mhm.
virtual photo showing
Wow.
of a wedding. Your wedding pictures, man. Man, Corinthian, that was just so awesome. Y'all in Kansas, we here, and we went on live on Zoom, and we saw all the wedding photos. Beautiful
Yeah,
wedding photos.
shout out to our wedding photographer Nick Ash. He actually from the 757 as well. He flew in from Hawaii.
What you said,
And
Hawaii, Corinthian?
from Hawaii, man. Look, that's how you know when you connected to good people. Um, Tasha's matron of honor. Shout out to Ebony Ebo. She set it up uh, for us, and he flew in and took the photos for us. And we decided once we got them, we were so excited. We were like, how can we share it, with the family and friends that were there?
Wow.
So my wife Tasha had the great idea to have a virtual viewing party. So my brother let us use his space. All we needed was the internet, the
Yeah.
laptop,
Yeah.
and what folks can do now. You know, it was an awesome link that we had where we could view it all, and we were able to zoom in with the Chesapeake Kellys. We actually had her matron of honor. She was on Zoom with us. She was in Japan. She's in the
Correct.
United States Air Force. So she was watching us from Japan.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
it was just great,
was
man.
just cool.
Viewing party, man. I love that. So y'all, that's a neat idea for those who are celebrating significant events, and you know, you have a viewing party. That was pretty cool. But Craig, I mean, everything comes full circle. Your photographer actually went to ODU, and we found out that we were at some point in the same circle, or we knew some of the same people. So it was pretty cool, man.
It's crazy, man. It's a small world. It's a small world, but it underscored, man. Technology is crazy, man. How you can be connected, you know, be so far away, but yet still can find ways to connect. So it was definitely very useful.
Well, and you know, and saying that it's such a small world, that's why you have to be careful when you meet people, or when you're talking about people or around people. You got to be careful, because somebody's always watching.
Someone's always watching.
Hey, what's up, Jason, man? How you doing, bro? I tell my I learned this from the comedian Earthquake, that somebody's always watching, and there's always going to be another roof. So, and what I mean by that, pretty much keep your head down, your eyes open, keep your eyes and ears open, and your head down, because there's always going to be another roof. So, and what I mean by that is somebody's always watching. You never know, like, the impact that you can have on someone.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know. You can find out years down the road that you had made an impact or an impression on somebody. And that's just by being genuine and, you know, obviously setting that example everywhere you go. So
absolutely. That is vitally important.
Yeah. Corinne, what do you think of this statement? The best thing that you can do for poor people is not be one of them. What do you think of that statement?
Facts.
Facts.
Facts. That's one. But also, though, you know, that's a true statement. But from my biblical perspective, you know, it says in there the poor, and it's a couple other things it lists in that category. You'll have what you always. So it's certain things that especially believers should be doing. You know, believers, in my opinion, definitely, you know, should see folks that are poor or less fortunate still as people. They should see people in that state saying they don't have to stay there.
Wow.
And they should be, if you're looking down, looking down on someone is to extend a hand to lift them up. You know, that's how I kind of look at it. So
I love that. Jason said poor is a mindset first, and that's alluding to what you kind of just said. Corinthian, I have to give a shout out. Y'all got me sweating like TD Jakes. Listen, I gotta give a shout. I have to give a shout out to my wife, to Akia, and to the boys. Kia is probably one of the most generous people I know, and she has a heart for the community. Obviously, following it in line with her profession, like public health and everything. And for Christmas, you know, she, you know, pretty much wanted to do something for the homeless and for people less fortunate. So she wanted to make bags for them, and she wanted to have a day, but everything didn't work out the way that she wanted to go. But her and Baylor decided, because Baylor, you know, if Baylor is probably one of the most sensitive people. You know, he'll see you in a cast and he'd be like, "Daddy, you know, we need to buy him something," you know, something like that. He's one of them people.
Genuine like that.
One of those genuine people. And so they decided to make the bags, and they put stuff in the bags: gloves, toboggans, You know, food, some, you know, some material, some sanitizer, all that kind of stuff. And people donated. You know, people sent the stuff to our house and donated. So they made these little bags. And so pretty much when we see somebody out, you know, standing on the corner, obviously Bale and Blake, they go to the trunk, not the trunk, but to the back. They get a bag and they want to give it out. Wow. So they've been doing that, man. So shout out to them. But I wanted to say this the other side of it. So you know, the people that stand at the corner of the stop sign and all them, you don't know what their situation is. I've heard some people say that they just it's fake people, that they just, that's what they do. That's their job now. But we gave somebody something to someone the other day. So I rode past it the other day, and they had the bag just sit. They had the bag sitting on the side.
They didn't use the bag.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? They had the bag. You gave them water, the bag. It had some good stuff in there, Slim Jim, some food, everything. Yeah. And they had the bag sitting on the side.
Yeah. See. All right. Not to get too preachy, but you remember the statement, the verse, God loves a cheerful giver.
Yeah.
Right. So what I've realized over time, giving has to be in your heart. Right.
Yeah.
It has to be in your heart to give. You have to have a heart to give to people.
Right.
And when you give from the heart, you are not expecting anything in return. Ooh, so when you're a giver, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you don't receive a thank you, that does not change the heart of a giver, because if it's in your heart to give to people, it don't matter what you get in return. That takes a different level of maturity. Now, I'm not there all the time, right? When it's in your heart to give to people, you're not checking on what they're doing with it. It's not your job to see. I want to check and make sure he's really poor and destitute. That's not the intent. Because you should be giving cheerfully, like Jason is saying. That should be in your heart. Whether the person like it, don't like it, that's not the point.
I love that.
Once you get to that point, you can release all that kind of stuff. Now, if I gift you with something and you misuse it, that's between you and God.
Yeah.
That's not on me. I did what I was supposed to do. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you go and do wrong with it, you're gonna be held accountable for that.
Oh, I love that. Corinthian, that's the story of the man that got flooded out, and he had to end up on the housetop, and he was praying to God that he send him that God come and rescue him. He was praying for God to come rescue him, and he stayed on the roof, and somebody came by in a little paddle boat. You see me? He came by in a little paddle boat. Somebody came by in a little paddle boat and said, hey, do you need some help? And he said, no, I'm waiting on God. And then
I see your mouth moving, but
oh Lord. Let me know.
I can't hear that you say.
Oh man. You're Corinthian. We might be moving to a different platform. Hey, if y'all are listening, can y'all hear us tonight? I can see you and hear you. Can y'all hear us? Just give me a thumbs up or something if y'all can hear me and also Corinthian. We hear both of y'all. Jason said we hear both of y'all. So Corinthian, Sherry, oh, what's up, Sherry? Sherry said, I hear you. KT said, I hear you. Corinthian, you still don't hear me? This is crazy.
Man, look, can you hear me?
Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Man, look, I'm gonna log out and log back in. Oh no.
All right. All right. So listen, while Corinthian having technical difficulties, so the bug jumped on him, and I'm so happy it's not me today, because that is crazy. But hey y'all, we might be moving to a different platform, so we'll let y'all know. We'll keep y'all posted because we can't keep having this. It is storming out here, but not in Kansas, I don't think. So I gotta wait till he come back in so I can let him back in. But we're talking about giving. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. Corinthian, you back? You can hear me?
Man, I can hear you, man. Can you hear
They
me?
tapping our line. We talked about
Hey
this
man,
the other day,
it's
Chris.
just hey
We
man,
move.
when you
We
start
listen. We're moving. StreamYard. We're moving. We're moving platforms. I'm talking about y'all can see y'all production team. Everybody, we moving. But Corinthian, I was telling you a story, but let me change the story because I got to tell everybody this story about me and you know why I'm apprehensive about giving to folk sometimes. But I love how you just put it. You know, you do what you're supposed to do and let God handle the rest. If they mismanaged whatever they got, that's on them. But you did your assignment. So, Corinthian, I was out at Walmart. You know, I shop at Walmart. Yes, I shop for clothes at Walmart, guys. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Them George shirts be hitting. But so Corinthian, I was at Walmart. A lady and her daughter. I mean, I think I just got off of work. You know, I think I was in a shirt and tie and everything. And I was walking around the clothes section, and she came up to me, "Excuse me, sir. My one of my family members just passed. I think, or not. She didn't say passed. She said they're sick. We're trying to get to New York tonight. We're trying to catch the Chinese bus. Now I know about the Chinese bus because it comes, you know, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at midnight. You can catch it up there for like 40 some odd dollars. Well, it used to be during that time, right? So her and her daughter, you know, her daughter looking all sad. Yes, sir. We, you know, the whole Oliver twist.
with the hands up.
Give us some more. Whole
Please,
had that
sir.
whole thing,
Please,
right?
sir, can
So
I have
I
some
was
more?
like, all right. So I gave her some. I said, I hope you make it. I hope you can get it. I hope it's okay. All right, boom. I did my assignment.
Yep.
Well, about 2 months, maybe 2 months. I was at the mall. I was in the parking lot. The same lady and her daughter came up to me with the same story.
With the same one.
Somebody sick and need to get out of town while you at Walmart. That's good, KT. I don't know. Great. It was the same story. And I said, excuse me. Hey, what's up, Steve? Yo, happy birthday to you, bro. You joy in
What's
Miami,
going
man.
on, Steve?
Great. Same story. Same little
one.
girl, same story. I said, I'm sorry. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. You don't remember me? I said, you told me the same story the last month. And Corinthian, she said, she didn't say nothing. They just walked away. I said, man, come on, man. But you know what I'm saying? But I like how you put it, man. You sometimes, you know, whatever, if giving is giving and you can't expect anything in return. But what I don't like to do, I do like to get somebody, if somebody said that they're hungry, I want to go ahead and get them. I want to fulfill the need that they have. If they tell me that they're hungry, I'm going to feed you. So let's go in this store right now, and I'll get you something. I don't necessarily like giving people the money. Now, if I have it on me to give, I'll give, but I necessarily don't because I don't know what they're gonna do with the money. Is that the wrong perspective to have?
Well, no, I get what you're saying. You're trying to address the immediate need that's being stated. If you say you're hungry, you can't eat $1 bill. Let's get you something to eat. So I get that. You know, I like that approach. But one of the things that's been on my heart, like I want to start this year looking for opportunities to be a blessing. Like I want that to be the challenge. I feel like you have to seek opportunities to be a blessing because the Bible I read said God works through people. Like it's not going to be, you know, money ain't gonna just fall out the sky and hit you. Like it's
Wow.
men and women that are blessings to you, right? So I I want to be keen and look for opportunities to be a blessing. It might be I'm in the store, I see somebody behind me, I say I want to cover this or put this towards there, because I think stuff like that is contagious actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
because usually when you look for your opportunity to be a blessing to somebody else and you say I don't want nothing in return, just when you get an opportunity, pass it on,
I love
you
it.
know, then they look for theirs. Like that's the kind of
That's the
challenge
pay.
I want.
What is that called? Paying it forward? Is
Yeah,
that it?
paying it forward, paying
And
it forward.
one thing
Yeah,
I had to develop for our organization within DEI, this whole slogan of diversity, equity, inclusion. And our motto is this is not a trend, this is our standard,
oh
right?
yeah, I
It's
love
not a
it, I
trend, it's our
love it,
standard. So
I
I
love it.
I love how you just said that this is what you want to do. And
Yeah,
Corinthian, I'm hoping I can get there one day.
yeah.
Or maybe this year.
but see, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. It's not always about money. See,
Mm,
people equate giving and money, you know, and giving your time, giving your expertise, you know, giving your shoulder to listen sometimes, you know,
wow.
sometimes is enough. Giving good advice, you know, giving good person some perspective or some good ideas, you know, that they can take and run with. Um, Sometimes those are more valuable. Um, Hey man, see, see, this why this
those
and
want the blessings you was
that
talking
one
about.
the blessings I'm talking about. That's
We're
not
trying to
it.
address immediate needs.
We talk about people that need stuff, not Gucci. No.
Corinthian, that reminded me. You know what that reminded? It reminded me of that fake apostle that had to do the
Oh
deposition.
no, they're more lasting. Yeah, Apostle Taylor. Yeah, he said the
Apostle
Gucci.
Taylor,
Yeah,
Corinthian.
he said they're more
Listen,
lasting. They're more
Corinthian, he
lasting.
said
That's why he
that
needed it.
he was going through his suits. He was sweating so much.
He was sweating so much he had to get new it. No, Arthur, what took me out was when he cut the Mercedes limo in half.
Corinthian,
He
he
had to
said,
cut it in half
yes, of course. He was like,
for hospitality. He said for hospitality. When my high profile guests come in, it's for hospitality.
that's right,
I said,
Corinthian.
man,
Ah,
no, nope, nope,
that thing
nope,
was
nope,
funny.
nope. Oh, that was hilarious.
KT said you preaching, bro.
Oh man.
Listen, Crent, no, Crent, I love your take on being a blessing to everybody. Being a blessing, and that's what you want to focus on. And guys, pay it forward. Paying it forward. Don't let it be a trend. Let it be how you operate. And like my brother said, it's not about money, but it can be
Yeah,
time. It can be
look,
talent.
look,
Time, talent, treasure. So those the three
yeah.
T's.
I'll sum it up in this way. If you want to get more, give more.
Ooh.
It is
Okay,
that is a
hold up, Corinthian.
principle.
Is that prosperity? Is that prosperity?
No, no,
The
no, no,
gospel you
no. So
preaching?
so look, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
And I say this because when you're looking for opportunity to be a blessing cheerfully, the God I serve sees that. So when he see you pouring things out and you a conduit, he gotta pour some more in so you never empty.
Ooh.
Like look at any if you
Wow.
read the Bible, look at what happened. Look at the woman with the oil. And because she gave, she was
Wow.
blessed for the whole rest of her life because she
Wow.
saw that opportunity to be a blessing, right? So what the point I'm trying to make is I know he sees that. So
Yeah.
he's going to see
Yeah.
your heart, he's going to see what you're trying to do, and you're always going to have enough to get more. And basically what I'm saying is you make it room, because if you emptying out a cup, you gotta it gets refilled. If your cup is full, how can I pour more in it? You know what I'm saying? So
Corinthian, when are you? Hey, when
no,
are
don't
you
do
doing
that.
it? Are
Don't do
you
that.
going? Is the call?
Don't do that.
Are
Don't
you
do
going to
that.
accept the calling?
No, absolutely
Listen,
not. Don't do
your
that.
cup runneth over. Corinthian, just get this. Not no flip cup. This is real. He's trying to
Oh
pull.
man, yeah.
How can Corinthian? Wow, man, that's powerful, bro. Hey guys, listen, we got an exciting show for y'all today. We want to talk about a couple of things, some current events. And sorry to just Swaze. You remember Swaz? You remember Swaz from Jet? Gerald?
That hold on. Which one you talking about?
They called him Silk or Suave. Oh man,
Performance? Did he do a performance
yes.
at one of the?
Man, that was a cool brother, man.
Hey man, that was a cool bro.
Hey, I think he used to wear the Wallabies. Anybody used to wear the Wallabies? The Wallabies. Raise your hand if you know somebody that used to wear some Wallabies. But
and you just left those people alone.
Man, Corinthian. All right, so some just happened. Was it today? In the Senate, man, there was a 53-47 vote on. Oh Lord, KT got son. Hey man, they cool, man. Hey, wear your Wallabies, man.
We're proud. We're proud.
Do your
thing. We're proud.
Hey, K, you want to hop up on it? We'll send you the link, man. Think about it. Let us know. They call Clarks. Oh snap! I don't know about the Clark. They call Clarks. Ooh. Okay, so he
no Wallabies.
Okay,
that must be official, man.
Yeah, he went to Peddler's Village. Okay, I got you. All right, so listen, hey man. All right, so something happened today, Corinthian, and I'm so excited. Out of 115 justices, and now this being I think 116, I think, this is the first Black female Supreme Court justice nominee ever. There have only been 2 Black male Supreme Court justices ever. And for women, this is the 6th woman that will be on the bench. And let's just take that away, Corinth. Let's get your thoughts, man. Let's walk us through the process. Everybody, Corinthian is a historian.
Hey man,
let me tell y'all this. Our mom was a history teacher, right? And I think he picked up this trait from him. So he can dive into some things that I can't dive into, some deep secrets of the South and the Mason-Dixon line and all these different kind of things. So I'm just going to sit back. But Corey, how you feel about this, man?
Well, I will say, Arthur, it is historic. It is historic. So I would like to congratulate incoming Justice Ketanji Brown. Ketanji Brown, is it Jackson?
Jackson, yeah.
Jackson. That is historic. That is, like you said, it's only been 116, a little over 100 since there was a high court, right? So there are a lot of judges. There's district judges, there's state judges, federal judges. Right. So there's a lot of qualified people. So to be selected to be on the highest court of the land is a phenomenal achievement. To look at her resume was stellar. She checked every box. She has, a wealth of experience, brings, a lot of expertise, all the qualifications and the credentials to bear to the bench. So I don't want to underscore the importance of it.
Before you
Now,
get there,
okay, okay,
because the way you just set this up was pretty good, because I actually wanted to show a clip during our segment today. It wouldn't load for me for whatever reason.
okay.
But it was pretty much obviously the Republican Party, about to give their votes, or when the Senate committee they were talking and asking a question, and they were like, everything you just said. She's qualified, one of the smartest people. I'm pretty sure she has a nice family, all this stuff. But I'm going to be voting no. Then the next one would go, this is probably one of the smartest people I've ever seen in my life. And she's done so much for the community, but I'm going to vote no. It was so funny how they was doing it. I was like, they were saying all the little tidbits and all those code words, dog whistle words and everything like that. And then there was like, but she will not receive my vote, my nomination. So
it's a no for me.
It's a no for me. It's a no for me. But Corinthian, I know you want to do some deep sea diving on this, so I'm gonna let you take it away. What are your thoughts on this historic, momentous occasion? Our first Black female Supreme Court justice ever in 2022. What are your thoughts?
Well, again, it is historic, okay? And we all know that representation matters.
Right.
I can't wait for us, and I'm specifically talking about Black people, to get to a point where representation is not enough. All right. What I mean by that is just having a Black face and a high place cannot be the bar. The bar has to be results. I'm going to say it again. The bar has to shift from representation to results, because we have a Black man that's on the Supreme Court. He's been on it for years. How has that helped me and you?
Wow.
And I'll wait, because this is what I'll say. The Supreme Court system that's been around for hundreds of years, on the surface, under the color of law, it's been helpful, but the more things change, the more things stay the same. So there have been several cases within the past 15 years, that what I'm saying is, I would pose a question to anybody. Her being on the court changes what about the reality of Black people in America each day? How does it improve it?
Well, the trope is, and I'm just saying trope because it's the first thing that came to my mind, or the notion is that because she's on it, it gives people hope, and the whole tagline Obama had, the audacity of hope, to where you can see somebody on something and know that you can do it. You can achieve the same feat. Now, how minuscule it is as far as percentage wise that it can happen is wild, but it gives Black young girls the notion that, man, I can be Supreme Court justice one day.
Yeah.
So I think it comes from that. It stems from that. But like you said, that's a viable question. What will it do for us as a collective?
Yeah. Okay. I would also say, so I said representation, we have to shift our thinking from representation or just seeing a Black face in a high place as being enough. That can't be the bar, because if I have that Black face in the high place and that person is ineffective, it might as well have them not even been there.
Wow.
Because what I'm saying is, if you get to that level, there are things that need to be done. The ball has to be moved
Right.
The goalpost has to move. Progress has to be made as a result of someone elevating to that level. Now, this is where I put my cynical hat on, and I don't know extensively her record or anything like that, but I would say if she was a if she was a activist, a fighter, a revolutionary of the ilk of Malcolm X or even Dr. King or Marcus Garvey or Fannie Lou Hamer or men and women of that ilk, she wouldn't even have got that far. Like, what the point I'm trying to make is, in that kind of institution, are you going to bring somebody into a 250 plus year old institution that is going to disrupt the institution or maintain the status quo? And I would submit that she's picked to maintain the status quo. It's not going to be too much that changes. Is she going to push for the end of qualified immunity for police? That's what I would want.
Okay.
Is she going to hold renegade or rogue officers accountable? That's what I would want. And I know she's one voice. I know we can't ask her to do everything, but we and when I say we as black folks, we have to have an agenda of things we want, not only for our Supreme Court justices, for our politicians, our elected officials, down to our teachers, what happens in our institution, down to even what happened in homes, in our neighborhoods, and that stuff.
And I think you call that you call that getting on code, right? We have to have a certain code, whether it stands a code of ethics, a code of behavior, a code of conduct, on how when we get into places, we help each other, lawfully, but we make sure that we're not just like you said, being a face in the place, but that representation equals results. And I love how you spun that. What's up, Chico and Akia? Thank you for logging on. Did you hear my monologue at the beginning, Kia? It was dedicated to you, so you can rewind and go back from that.
It was great.
Hey, Chico, we were talking about being a blessing, and then we had to give some current events today. Momentous, monumentous occasion today. We have our first Black Supreme Court female justice, Justice Jackson. So we appreciate all the comments so far. Corinthian, I like the spin that you're going. We just got to come together as a collective.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Now.
Yes.
No, you should rewind. You should rewind it and see. It was a sweet tribute.
Yeah, sweet tribute.
It really was.
Thank you.
So, Arthur, this is what I'll say, looking at it from a historical perspective, right? Okay. In the 1860s, you had the Freedom Amendments, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments that freed the slaves, etc., gave them citizenship rights. Right? Okay. That was in the 1860s. Now, the Supreme Court, or those were written in the Constitution, and are laws, right?
Right.
This is a nation of law and order. So if the law's on the books, if you hear today, those are laws that's in the Constitution, that's on the books. That's the law of the land, and we live in a land of law and order, right? So you would think after the 13th, 14th, and 15th amendments were passed, you would see major progress, and there was some. Okay,
Right.
but I said those happened in 1860. So
Yeah.
why 100 years later do you have Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or any? Why was there a civil rights movement if the laws on the books? It was written 100 years ago.
Oh, you trying to go deep, deep.
What?
You trying to? Oh,
Why would there be any need for a Malcolm X, a Martin Luther King, if the law of the land said there's certain rights that now are in this document that you say to this day we will revere and we hold up in so high regard? What's the need for the civil rights movement?
wow. Corinthian. Woo.
So what I want us to consider is laws are only valid or make any sense if you can enforce them. All right. Enforcement means when you don't follow the law, there is a penalty. So there was no real penalty for after those amendments in the Reconstruction era. You had the rise of Jim Crow. You had a Supreme Court case where one of the justices, Thurgood Marshall, did Brown v. Board of Education, which
Right.
started integration.
Right.
Right. That case happened in 1954. Brown v. Board in
Right.
Kansas. Right. So why in the world after that, if that's the law of the land, why did you have to have the National Guard go walk into Little Rock 9? See, what I'm saying is the law was on the books, but won't nobody following it. And the only way you could get somebody following something is by enforcing it. So the president was wise enough to know that, look, you say you're not going to follow it, I'm coming in to back it up, and I have to enforce this law. Because if I don't enforce it, nobody's following it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about when you're talking about holding anyone accountable or anybody writing anything, the only thing I'm worried about now is how are you going to enforce it? Because there's laws on the books. It says people should be treated equally.
Yeah.
What happens when you don't? See, we're assuming that everybody just follow this law. That's not the case. Don't nobody just follow stuff blindly. Arthur, the speed limit say go 65 miles an hour.
Right.
Does anybody go 65 miles an hour on the highway?
Yeah.
That's why you got to have the police out there, because the law says go 65 miles an hour. Nobody does it. And the only reason why you have people slow down a little bit is because of the enforcement arm. You got the police car that's going to come and penalize you and give you a ticket.
Right.
You know, if and when they catch you not following it. Right. So just having a law in the books does not guarantee compliance.
Right.
You have to compel compliance in a lot of.
I like that word. You got to compel compliance. Corinthian. So more so, you're pretty much saying you don't want to have another Rosa Parks experience. You don't want this nomination to be something that just checks off a box to say, ooh, I did what I said I was going to do. I got you the first female Black Supreme Court justice. You want this to come with some tangible results for the cohort of Black that really wanted a Black nominee. So you don't want them pandering to us, but you want this to be a decision that is going to come with some great court decisions that come down the pipe, some things overturned, some things done to help the situation that a lot of poor Blacks are in, through the education system, through voting rights, through everything.
Yep.
So I understand what you're saying.
So I'll give you this. Give you the instance. The Ahmaud Arbery case, huge headline case. Young man tragically gunned down, and the corrupt DA's office brushed that case under the rug. There has to be a consequence for that. The whole office should be facing charges.
Yeah,
starting with the DA. Like what the point I'm trying to make is that the way the system is set up, who holds that person accountable?
Right.
And there have been loopholes riddled throughout this justice system that we're supposed to have in America that seem to easily pick winners and losers. And what I mean by that is you could have person A, person B charged with the same crime. They've done the same thing. Person A can get 3 months in jail. Person B can be in jail for 20 years. Yeah. People can argue judges' discretion and things like that. How can a system that is supposed to be just have that kind of disparity? Another thing, you and I know our prisons are overcrowded with people that look like us.
Correct.
For example, they're talking about federally. Actually, it was released a couple weeks ago. Federally, they're going to legalize marijuana. If that is the case, I would want, if I'm on the Supreme Court, everybody that's in jail, prison for marijuana conviction,
correct,
that reached the federal level, they are being released. As soon as that law was signed, they walking out the jail that same day.
I love that.
I'm on there.
Yeah, because that's fair. That's equity. That's fair. That is, all those people that were penalized for something that we now accept, those have to be overturned. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Arthur, they have dispensaries that are now a multi-million, billion-dollar business. Yeah. So I would argue everybody that was convicted for selling drugs, I want them released and give them a business license. Let them start their own.
They should have an opportunity. Honestly, those people should have an opportunity to apply for business licenses and get their business license. And,
why not?
And if they were drug dealers or they for weed, they should be given the opportunity to work in a dispensary.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that.
No, that's what I would be saying. That's why I would never get asked to be a politician. Why I would never
because you're gonna be shaking us and stuff. You about to be Joe Clark.
It would be too.
Officer Van Dyke said the judicial system interprets laws, and within the laws, you are right. There are too many holes, and so it has made the court environment seem like a game between the defense and the prosecutor, and whoever presents the best argument and evidence wins. How can this be changed?
Well, but I thank you so much, Chico, for that. But I would argue that people say the justice system in America is blind, and I would argue to you the justice system can see very, very well.
Ooh,
it is not blind.
It got 20/20.
The justice system knows if you white and if you black. I'm gonna be honest. The white person in the system can get diversion. The black person get mandatory minimums.
Wow.
You can look at, and I'm not just saying, I'm talking about crack and cocaine.
Yeah.
Those substances in the 80s, crack, more people of color use crack. They got locked up, throw away the key. More people with means had the eligibility to use cocaine. Where do you see a judge full of cocaine users?
Wow.
A jail full of cocaine users.
Wow.
I haven't seen one. Now, that same drug, the same party drug that was in style in the 80s, 90s, the drug of choice on Wall Street, the drug of choice, in Washington D.C. in Congress, those high-end drugs
Wow.
were being used, and none of them people got locked up and thrown away the key. Or if they did get jammed up, they went to a rehab.
Yeah, yeah.
They went to a treatment facility. So why couldn't the treatment facility be assigned or be the sentences for
Wow, Corinthian.
Black and brown folks?
I call that selective reasoning. Wow.
Oh, no, I mean, no, it's just it's the system was rigged to pick, in my opinion, clear winners and losers. And we know who was on the losing end. If you didn't have no resources, connection, you was gonna lose. A case that was so egregious to me that made me so mad. The Brock Turner case, the Stanford swimmer.
Oh, yeah.
Brock Turner, Stanford swimmer, got caught red-handed by two bystanders sexually assaulting somebody that was intoxicated. The judge sentenced him to 6 months of prison and let him out in 3 months, and said, in his ruling, he said that he didn't want to ruin the young man's life. You had Brian, you got Brian Banks that was accused and no one could prove it, and he was in jail for 20 years.
Yeah, correct. They can they reason very well when like you said, justice is not blind. They can see very clearly. I didn't want to ruin this young man's life, but you wouldn't have the same reasoning for potentially someone of color. Wow, that man, Corinthian. We had a question on the floor. What are your thoughts about the OJ case in the 90s? Wow, I didn't know we was gonna dive into the court case. I need to study for the bar then. If I'm gonna get into all these court cases, I'm trying to set precedent. What you think, Corrint?
Okay. The OJ case, in my opinion, because
Sherry said that judge could relate. And I think she's talking about the case, the Stanford swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. He was connected. The parents had connections, all that kind of stuff, right? Absolutely. So the OJ case. Now, Arthur, we remember the OJ case. It was 94.
Yeah, correct. All I remember is waking up, seeing a white Bronco on the
white
interstate
Bronco
drive.
Right. So at that time, younger, not knowing a whole lot about the case, not as old as I am now, I wanted OJ to be free. I was like, free OJ. That's free. What I was like. I was like, free. I was like, free OJ, right? As I've gotten older and realized the facts of the case, OJ should be locked up. OJ should have been locked up. It was just something right about that.
So,
but now, the way our system is set up.
But correct it. If the glove doesn't fit, you must quit.
So the way our system is set up, a person is entitled to an adequate defense.
Yeah.
And the lawyers that O.J. Simpson hired were phenomenal. They argued the case. They convinced a jury of his peers. That is the way the system works. The system is set up that way where if a person is convicted of a crime, the person doesn't have to say anything. The prosecution has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the person did it. That's the highest standard for felony charge. That's the highest standard, right?
Yeah.
So reasonable doubt can be. It could have been a bypasser for if someone can introduce reasonable doubt. The way the system is set up, that person should get off. And I think Johnny Cochran, to his credit, did a phenomenal job in arguing for their defendant. By the
Corinthian,
way
look
their
at all
system
the
is set up.
positives that came out of that. We
Yeah.
got the Kardashians, we got Kim, Khloe, Courtney.
You call it a positive, man.
Look at all the positives that have come from the OJ case alone. Corinthian. A better case that I think that we could talk about is the Casey Anthony case.
Hey, man. Hey, Arthur. Don't even say that name. I don't even like people named Casey because of that case, man. That lady got off for killing that kid. Look, she did it. I know that lady did it, man. You can't convince me that she did it.
It's no way.
It's no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
But
Nope.
reasonable doubt, man. That's hey, listen. I know. Listen, they were They were searching on the computer how to get the smell out of the car.
Man.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Oh
I'm so
man,
sorry.
that just made me hot.
I'm hot. I'm sweating. Listen,
that made me
Chris,
hot.
that
right?
wasn't even supposed to be our topic tonight. We were supposed to be talking about
how did we get
does
here?
success,
How did we talk about OJ?
What does success mean to you? That was supposed to be our topic. We got a few more minutes, but I do want to touch on that because it's very important. I think it can help my Corinthian. The pain that comes from struggling to learn something hard, followed by the delight in knowing that I can still surprise myself through learning, is success. The pain that comes from struggling to learn something hard, followed by the delight in knowing that I can still surprise myself through learning. What does success mean to you, Corinthian? You can frame it however you want to. Personally, within our community, what do we view as success?
Well, for one, that quote that you just read, I loved it. And what I immediately thought of was you can teach an old dog new tricks. Then, with
Yeah.
that, because it is going to be, it is hard to learn. It is hard to master something new. To master something
Right.
takes time, energy, and effort. So,
Right.
But it can be done. What success? Success has shifted for me over time. There was a time when I was younger where I thought being successful was having a high-paying job, having a nice car, a nice house, right? Tangible things is how I measure success. Now I've gotten a little bit older. I think we actually discussed this on a previous show. Peace of mind. Having great relationships with my family, my wife, being involved in my community, giving back is what success looks like to me now. I now look at success based off the impact that I'm making, the impact I'm making in my household, the impact I'm making, within I'll say my 6 feet.
Your purview.
In my purview, wherever I'm at, 6 feet around me, if I'm making a positive impact 6 feet around me, wherever I go, that's good. So it's basically saying anybody you come in contact with, impact them in a positive way. Success.
Corinthian, I think I'm gonna steal something or take something that you said tonight and apply it to me. I think success for me, and to know that I guess I can call myself successful, or I can view myself as a success story, is when I can be a blessing to somebody and not care if they say thank you. I think that is going to be the defining point in my life. When I can be a blessing to somebody and not care or even think about it or even question
Yeah.
if they say thank you.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that is a phenomenal level to be in, because it just means that you just, I mean, it's second nature.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
operating on like on this kind of like higher wave where like
yeah,
you're not gonna let nothing get you down.
yeah,
You are sticking your hands to the plow on knowing what your purpose is on this
yeah,
planet,
yeah,
and you're going to do that. You're focused. Um,
yeah.
and but man, yeah,
Yeah,
that hit
when
me.
you said your hand to the plow, so you just sowing.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? You just sow, like, think about, when folks were planting, you, the idea was letting seeds fall everywhere. You see what I'm saying? You ain't taking the time to say this seed got to go in this particular hole. You just, yeah, nah,
yeah,
that's
and
good.
I'm not even talking about thing. I'm talking about another T. Not even care if some for a tax write off and all this stuff. I want to be a blessing to somebody and not care about it. I don't want to do because I know I can write it off my taxes. That's not the mindset that I want to have.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yep. And I wanna stay in that space
Wow.
for as long as I can, because that means you're just giving to give. You're
Yeah.
not giving to get. You see what I'm
Ooh.
saying? And everybody
Good.
can't do that. Like,
That's good.
it's and I'm not necessarily knocking people that do. Some people do give this because they know the tax time
Yeah.
come, they can write it
Yeah.
off and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, you know. But I want to operate where I ain't even thinking about that. And
I
I
love
feel
that.
like if you operate in that space, you're always you never gonna go without if you operate in that space.
I love that. Hey, Chico said something. I'll just read it because um, my third grade teacher once told my mom that I would never amount to something because of a learning disability I had when I was young. So success is being able to accomplish things that no one thought you would accomplish. For example, I have a college degree in psychology, served in the Navy for 8 years, and now I am a police officer serving in the community. My dad recently told me that he even didn't see me becoming this successful, but I can't take credit because God kept his hand on me. Hey man, that's powerful.
Wow.
Hey
Wow.
man, thank you
Thank
for
you for
serving our
sharing
country
that
too.
testimony. Yeah. Thank
That's
thank you
beautiful,
for,
man.
yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that listen to us that have similar stories or something that they can take from that testimony. So I appreciate you, man, for sharing that with us, man. Yes, you are. So I remember when I first met you on the basketball court, man. Well, in church, but I saw your game. I was like, okay, Chico can play a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. But now you're giving back to the community, police officer, you coaching, everything. So yeah, man, that's amazing. Hey guys, what do
Wow.
you feel? What does success mean to you? What does success mean to you? It's a very important question, and something that you ask yourself. We would love to hear your comments. If you have a question, you want to share something with us, send it to us. A comment on it on Facebook or YouTube. Quentin, what you got?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that question. What does success mean to you? And I would put a spin on that. If you are not operating where you want to operate, what is stopping you?
Oh,
I would
say
love
that
to
again for the
hear,
people in the back.
like, if you aren't quite where you want to be, what is stopping you?
What is stopping you, man?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Y'all heard it here. Listen, we talked about a couple of things. Being a blessing to just be a blessing. Again, it doesn't have to be money, but time, talent, treasure. Time, talent, and
treasure.
treasure. Any one of the three T's. Um. Oh wow. Yeah. He just finished watching Gifted Hands by Ben Carson. Check it out. What's up,
Yeah, I
Ben?
heard that is good. I
Yeah.
heard that's good.
Corinne, we want to have a hey, Mr. Harrison, success means helping your fellow man or woman succeed. I love it.
I love it. I love
I
it.
love it. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Harrison. Listen, Corinne, for our next episode, a couple episodes, man, we're gonna be having a few guests, and for those y'all will be receiving that correspondence from us. So be on the lookout for that. But we're gonna start bringing guests on the show for season 2. It's about to get live. But I want to have some like disagreement shows too, Corinthian. I want I want
Absolutely.
somebody to bring some some different viewpoints and correct us. If we saying something crazy or something like that, that's gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
Smoke
Absolutely.
show.
Drop some knowledge. Yeah, drop some knowledge on us.
Drop some knowledge. we
Drop
want
some
to
knowledge.
if y'all have anything that y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Again, it doesn't have to be on this live, but if you listen to this episode after this, just comment, and so we'll look at it and we'll try to get your question on, or bring it up in our comment database. Great. What you got going on for the rest of the week, man?
Man, I'm so happy tomorrow is Friday. So happy tomorrow is Friday, and I'm actually going out of town this weekend. I'm flying back home, and I am my wife and I, we are getting the rest of our things out of storage. So I'll be back home, flying out to DC on Saturday, and then we're gonna get the remainder of our things that are in storage, visit with her family. Then we're gonna drive the rest of the stuff back.
Okay, so flying down and then gonna drive back. Another hike,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's a hike. It's a hike.
Hey,
23
man,
hours.
Isn't marriage beautiful?
Man.
Isn't marriage? Shout out to Tasha.
It is.
Shout out to her podcast. Tell us the name of the Millennial Black Professor. Check it out on all major Is it on all major platforms, right? The Millennial Black Professor. Yeah. Hey, Chico got a topic. A great topic is parenting in today's society, who put stipulation on how we should discipline our kids, and kids knowing this and using it to their advantages to get over on their parents. Ooh, Corinthian. We can
I
say
love to hear it.
Chico about to bring us. Listen, we trying to end the show, and so I'm about but I'm keeping that one because we can talk about that, no problem. We can actually talk about that tonight, but it's too late, so we're not gonna get into it. But I will say this.
Thank you. Yeah.
One thing I used to learn: drink some water and tighten up your belt. Drink some water and tighten up your belt. We'll explain that a little bit more later on another show. But hey, Corinthian, are black men still marrying black? Oh, Lord Jesus. Let me get my pad ready. Let me get my pad. Are black men still married? And I'm even going to say this because, we've been watching the brother minister Kevin Samuels. I know it's controversial, but
let me lean in. I'm going to lean in for this one.
But I even go a step for our high value black men still marrying black women, and if they're not, why aren't they? Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Look,
I feel like I got.
It
look like you got another hour in you, man.
Look, we'll be on for a whole another hour. I have my thoughts on that, but I'll say it like this because we'll save that for another, because those are two great topics. I married a black woman, so where I stand on it is, you married a black woman, I married a black woman, so that's where I stand on it, and I'm so thankful I did. But I think that's something we can definitely dive into. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like somebody's two people gonna be getting an email from us pretty soon this week. Our black wow, beautiful topics, wonderful topics. Yes, we are going to talk about it. I'll bring it all in. Come kick it with us. When we go on, bring all the smoke. We want to hear your thoughts, your concerns, your critiques, your compliments, everything, all the
Yeah.
C's. Bring them all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And to the discussion, because those are two pivotal discussions in our culture right now. Obviously, parenting, family, and relationships. I mean, it's a topic. That question that they ask you: what came first, the egg or the chicken?
The chicken or the egg.
Yeah, the chicken or the egg. So that's a question that we have to ask ourselves in our community. What comes first, the child or the marriage? We got to start asking ourselves that. What comes first, the child or the family? Like the family unit starts with a guy and a girl getting together and having a child. Like, so we gotta start talking about these things within our community, and then see, you got me going. Go ahead, Corinne.
Arthur, see, we have to talk about things like that in our community, and we also have to have an honest conversation of what happens when you do things out of order.
Oh,
So if you don't do the process in the right way, this can and will happen, and we have to be okay with saying, "You're right. I messed up. I did that wrong. I should have did it this way. What can I do differently?" We have to be okay with correction. That's one thing that I would say you have to mature to a point where you're comfortable with correction. Correction is hard. Correction don't always feel good.
no.
It didn't feel good when we was growing up, but I'm thankful for it now at my adult age, and I know you get it more, Arthur, being a parent now of two kids. You get the importance of what happens when you do not correct.
Corinthian. See now y'all
They
y'all
start
about
us
to make me
up.
take my
Look,
glass off. See, I wasn't trying. We were trying to wrap it up, but you got me thinking. What happens when you do it the wrong? What happens when you don't follow the instruction manual?
Yep.
You get something from IKEA, or you get something from Value City, and there's some instructions in there. Now, some people think that they can put together something on their own. They might have had experience doing it, but the thing is it right?
Yeah, look, Arthur.
Correct.
I would submit when you do not follow the instruction manual from IKEA, things get unstable.
Ooh.
You can put it together, but but will it fold under pressure or will it be unstable? And I would submit 9 times out of 10, when you don't follow them instructions and you leave out ingredients and things like that, over time, you will see the cracks over time.
Oh, you're gonna see the crack. Corinthian. One builds their house on sand, one builds their house in the mud, and then one built their house on a solid foundation.
Yeah.
And when the wind came, Correct, man. See, correct. Oh man, you listen.
We was trying to wrap up.
Hey, it's season 2 and it's going down with Kicking It with the Kellys. We hope that you come kick it with us. For everybody that tuned in tonight, thank you so much for logging on. We had a lot of great comments, and just be a blessing to somebody. I want success in my eyes is when I can give and not expect anything in return. Not a handshake, not a thank you, not a tax write-off. I gave because it was my duty to give, and I followed through with my intended plan. So, man, I love that, Corinthian, man. Thank you for all the history lessons today. Big Mama there's that Big Mama edition. He will make you a giver and not a borrower. We also can talk about when the woman leaves the household, the ramifications. When the man leaves, what are the ramifications? Or, it's a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Frank, we're gonna talk about it. Frank, we're not scared. We're gonna speak our mind, and we're gonna let the folks know. Hey man,
Yes,
appreciate you, man. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you so much, and we'll be back hopefully next week. I'm on spring break next week, Corinthian.
Oh, nice. Now, you got any plans? You got any big plans for it?
We might be doing a commercial. We might get tapped for another commercial. So
I get it.
But that's all I would be doing. Kids start a new job. She can't be taken off all willy-nilly.
When you fresh in, look, when you still in that 90 days in.
The 90 days.
You be on time and stuff.
Yeah. But yes, I will have my fair share of golf. Corinthian, I'll be playing in a golf tournament at the end of April, a golf tournament in May, and a golf tournament in June.
Hey man, Arthur, you going to the Masters, ain't you?
I'm going to the Masters, man. I'm gonna keep swinging, man. Just keep swinging.
Man, keep swinging, man.
Just keep swinging. Hey, everybody, thank y'all so much for coming to kick it with us. Thank you, brothers, for those awesome comments and suggestions for topics, and we're gonna talk about it. Until next time, Corinthian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come kick it with us. It's just some things you can't do no more, and some places you can't go no more. Some things you say you can't say anymore.
On Bourbon Street or not, but.
Corinthian said this is oil. It's probably big. What is bigger than oil? This thing is diamonds. Like, it's like so massive.
I'm not gonna do this with y'all. Y'all not gonna. This is cyberbullying.